Hello YouTube, it's me, it's Rumoured, late on a Thursday evening. I wasn't going to do one today. I was going to have a rest, give you a rest. I give myself a rest because I've had a hideous bleeding day, but that's me. I can't even be funny. It's not a parody, it's not satire, it's not comedy. I found this out, which to be fair, was something I picked up on a very long time ago. I'm somewhat of an... I don't want to say expert because it's not something you want to be an expert in. But I've worked in the area and I've got a lot of experience in this particular area that we are now going to allude to. And it's something that the Markle did allude to a very long time ago. And yeah, I remembered it, took it in, took it for what it was. But it's come back, it's resurfaced. I'm not monetised, so I'm going to just play a bit of the lovely, wonderful Lady C. And I am genuflecting Lady C. Lady Colin Campbell of Carlisle, Argyll and much of Lake Windermere. And if that's not her real title, it bloody well should be. She's talking about this. She talked about it yesterday and I just moved on. But it's coming around. It's getting talked about. Let's put it like that. And there's things going on as well with the sister, Sam Markle. And she's mooting, the Markle is mooting the point for a long time that she's going to write her memoirs. Yes, she is. How she can remember half of the bleeding lies she's told, well, we do not know. So shall we listen to what Lady C's got to say? Because this is tragic and absolutely disgraceful in turns. Yes. Come on.
Examination, I'm going to choose my words very carefully. That Meghan might be examining the reason why her relationship with her father fell apart and going into her version of events that...
I'll stop you there, Your Royal Highness, or Your Highness. Yeah, very well put, because it is her version, and we've heard her version of too many blooming things. And for her to actually say what she's saying when we all know it's actually not true, it's 99.9% certain that she's just trawled it out to make us a victim again. Yes, it has, and to sort of underscore why she's such a cold-hearted cow. And again, take away from real victims, but she's a victim, yes. You've got to remember that the Markle was writing how wonderful her dad was right up till her late 30s. Never mind all the BS. I was born in 1981. Listen, she's 46 every day of the week, and I'll stand by that, in my opinion. Okay, allegedly, it's only my opinion. But I don't believe any of her BS. So she was knocking 40 when she married Barry, okay? And what she's talking about doesn't come out at that age. Yeah, it doesn't. And also in the tick, she was sponging money off him the whole time. Oh, yeah, he sends me this, he does this for me, he does that for me. He bought me a brand new car. Yeah, but I made out it's an old beaten up station wagon. But it actually wasn't. It was brand new off the line car. So, yeah, you don't do that when a parent has behaved like that. And you don't do all the things that she's done. She was homecoming queen. She was this, she was that, she was the other one. She was wonderful, splendid difference, went to university. None of that would have happened had she had the childhood she's now alluding to that she had at the hands of her father.
So far has not surfaced. And it is very interesting because, of course, Scabies has a book coming out. And as I have said all along, Meghan's gravest mistake was the way she treated her father. And going off the two videos that I have looked at, because I looked at them, even though I don't normally look at other people's videos, in this instance, I felt it was imperative that I looked at them. I'm going to issue Meghan Markle with a warning. And if she has any sense, she'll take it. Because if she'd had sense, she'd have taken my first warning, which was her treatment of her father was going to prove to be the destruction of her reputation. And that, above all else, has proven to be absolutely accurate. I know what went wrong in Meghan Markle's relationship with her father. I have spoken to not only the Markles concerned, but I was fed information by a very close connection between me and Harry for my book. And to those of you who want to know what it says, I refer you to the last 4 or 5 pages of my book, Meghan and Harry, the Real Story. I don't want to go into any great detail because, quite frankly, the subject is so unsavory. It is like swimming in a sea of feces with barracudas. Oh, and maybe 1 or 2 piranhas, well, maybe a few thousand piranhas thrown in for good measure.
I'm going to stop you there, darling. Doesn't she look splendid? What a lady, eh? She's amazing. Look at her. I love her. Oh, she sets the tone every day of the week. Anyway, I digest. What's coming out, what is being mooted, is the worst possible thing you could ever accuse anybody of. And it's a disgrace. Because at what point do we now believe her? Because, like, everything she's ever said is a fib. Or, yeah. Yes. Just blown out of all proportion, isn't it? Because she's a victim. She's always a victim. She always was a victim. And I just don't believe a word she's got to say. And in all of this, why wasn't her mum around if this was happening? Why is she still in contact with her mum, who left her to be whatever the word was by her so-called father? And in the father's remembrances and in her remembrances, the mum would float in and out of the life, spend a week or so, whatever, with Mr. Markle, even though they weren't together, fleece him dry and then head off again. So at what point is this all Mr. Markle? And she was knocking 40 and still taking money off him and still loving him and writing nice messages about him on the pig, tig, whatever it was. Yeah? I don't believe her. And if she's going to come out and start saying things like that, she really is mentally ill. She needs therapy. She needs to go somewhere. It's like Lady C alludes to, that she's going to catapult this accusation into the public, auditorium, basically, as a way of reflecting the bad reputation she's got. Because let's face it, she does go around grandstanding talking about family. And obviously she knows that everybody says, well, how can you talk about family when you treat your family so appallingly? So she's come up with this story as a reason why she has to disown her father, which only happened when she got with Barry. Yeah? So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there because it's really distasteful and I feel so sad for Thomas. I'm pretty sniffy with things like this. I can usually look at people and know, yeah, any survivors out there, you would, you know, you've got like an antennae. It's like having a gaydar, but you've got a non-star, a bond star, and it don't go off for Mr. Markle. I can tell you it doesn't. Yeah. I've also got another dar, right, which is a dar that tells me a narcissistic psychopath is in my blimmin' terrain. Yeah. And that's what I see when I see her. She's on wrong, and let her say it, because there's not one person that's going to believe it. And all the survivors across the world, how dare she? How dare she? Bye-bye now.